We have a pretty good listener base for how niche our podcast is, though.
I think my mom wants to listen to this.
Why?
I don't know.
My dad tried, and he's like, I just don't care about video games anymore.
Christy
like,
has tried. Christy listens to it. She said she jumps around.
Oh, yeah?
She jumps around.
She's probably like Karen, just listens for us to talk about them.
We should have a whole bit about her right now.
She'll never
like hide it in here, see if she finds it.
Yeah, and she'll have to, like, I'll reverse it too, so it's like even harder for her to pick it up. I'll flip it. I'll inverse the audio. Yeah.
Don't do that. That's not fun. She won't find it anyway.
Kara's the same way. She like has it. She claims she like listens, but I know she doesn't. I
got my one friend to listen to it.
Yeah.
I think she's a loyal loyal listener now. So shout out to Ashley. Ashley, if you're there, you're there.
I had a couple friends come over from Buddha Boys. A couple of listeners.
Oh, yeah?
A couple of people who listen to Buddha Boys came over and listened to us over here and enjoy the show.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been getting compliments on our rapport. People are like,
excellent.
You and Ty have a really good
rapport.
And I'm like, I've never used that outside of like a business setting.
Like an interview?
Like a work. Yeah. Yeah, I've never been
I've never said it out loud. I've just seen it in work emails.
I just put it in my resume several times, but I've never actually been like, you and I have a very good rapport, sir.
Boom.
Yeah, so that was interesting, but it's cool that we're getting like compliments, and you know,
I haven't seen any compliments. Where are these compliments?
We got out.
I'm spearheading the Twitter campaign, and I need more Twitter followers.
Yeah.
You
got a like from Disco Elysium.
I did.
That's a pretty big deal.
I've gotten two of them, actually.
Yeah.
One of them was from one of the writers.
Yeah.
Because they made a funny joke.
That's the best feeling
Made a funny
ever.
joke.
When someone sees your funny joke and acknowledges it.
Speaking of which, and this is not like, well, you know what? Fuck it. It'll be a publicity stunt. Why not? Let's just lead into it.
Okay.
In the game, and it's so weird. I actually have another commission in this exact thing. I have another cryptid to do.
Oh.
Somebody who's doing a podcast.
Nice.
Asked for a logo.
What's the podcast?
I don't know.
You don't remember the name? Okay.
Oh.
We'll insert later.
It's the name of the beast. The Pawwise. I forget. It's this really weird looking cryptid. Apparently, it's somewhere in, I think, St. Louis or something like that. There is a painting on the side of a cliff that has been there for a long time. And it is a griffin-like creature, greenish scales, has a face like a man, and then like a big long beard, wings, and then a tail that is so long it wraps around his body several times.
That's a very...
Yeah. See, that's the problem with these cryptozoology things. Like, a lot of them are just a mix mash of just random pick and choose whatever they thought of.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to draw them sometimes, and I'm just going by description, and I'm like, there's no way I could draw this where this looks physically plausible. Like, this looks like it would, if it would feel anything, it just would want to die. If it could look itself in the mirror, it would just like, I need to kill the nearest. I need to find the nearest living thing and kill it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably most cryptids, though, right? Like most
Not
of them
all
is
of
like
them. Some of them are just like this thing with horns.
Yeah,
those are okay.
Yeah,
like there's a reason that griffins and like Greek mythology stuff was like, it's this and this, and they stopped there.
Yeah,
they knew there was simplicity and
you have the chimera and stuff like that, though.
But the chimera was such a specific thing that we always refer to something that has multiple species as a chimera.
That's true.
Like it was such a prime example.
Then
they don't do that much.
There's another mythical creature that I can't remember the name of right now.
There's some of them that are three, like a hippogriff.
Yeah.
That is like a horse, a lion, and a bird.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, that feels right. But yeah, chimera is like a lion's head with an eagle's face.
A scorpion's tail.
And a scorpion's tail and a snake.
And I think they have wings.
They
like
also have wings.
Like a dragon, like a serpent like wing. Yeah. But so I have to draw
A goat's
this.
head, maybe too. Like
I want to say it has
chimeras
horns.
have multiple heads. Maybe it has horns.
So I
Could
have
be
to draw
anything.
this.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I've gotten like a decent. I think I've gotten a decent grasp on it. I have to send people. I mean, like, once again, it's a really weird creature, and I'm looking through my sketchbook, and this is just ink drawing, but
Oh,
like,
that's pretty cool.
it's hideous, but that's like the source material I'm working with.
Right.
I can't take what they have and make it into something completely different. I can't make it look into some epic beast, because it's not.
Yeah.
When you look at all the pictures of it and the painting that it's based off of.
And was it from Montana?
I think St. Louis.
St. Louis, because I was gonna say it definitely looks like if the Sphinx moved to St. Louis,
right? Yeah, but when you see
it looks like a U.S. mountain Sphinx, like it's got like an opioid problem.
Yeah,
lives in the Appalachia Trail.
That's hitting right on the head there. When you see some of these other references that so this is the painting that's on the side of the cliff.
That's wild.
So,
yeah, it's got like deer antlers.
Yeah,
it's a turquoise body, and then its tail like goes from the back of it around its head,
wraps around the body here.
Yeah,
and then it has like this weird fork at the end, and there's bird talons.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely like eagle talons.
And then a human-like face.
Definitely
with these big,
a man's face, long beard,
big lips,
big DSLs,
and then giant, like underneath canines.
Yeah,
like tusks.
Yeah.
And then this one's actually, I guess this. Oh yeah, Piazza. He wrote actually how to pronounce it. I think in one of the emails, but Piasa bird.
The Piazza bird.
Piazza bird. Let's see. Let me read the email. Awesome. Thanks for taking the time to respond. Local cryptid, Piazza bird. I know I'm spelling this wrong because I looked it up and it was not how it looks.
Did your toilet just burp?
Yes. Someone is upstairs.
That was alarming.
I know. It's terrifying when you're on it.
I bet.
Oh, it's like terrifying.
And impromptu bidet.
You have about a second and a half, like, before you know what's going to happen. And you're like, oh, no. No. Yeah, apparently, and this is... Thank you for sidetracking.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't...
I feel like we should discuss this because it really does get to me sometimes.
Okay.
Maybe someone could tell me why it does this. I think I've been told why. I don't know if that's actually by somebody. But anyhow, when she flushes the toilet, an air bubble basically just shoots up and just geysers your toilet. Apparently, it's because I'm supposed to have like a vent outside.
Mm-hmm.
I could not find it.
Most sewer systems have
vents, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else on the block has one. I could not find mine. I have gone outside and started just like poking holes with a 18-inch long screwdriver trying to hit something. Went out with a metal detector, couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I even had the city come out and tell me this is where the pipe hits our pipe. It's like, it has to be this path.
But there's no vent there.
Cannot find it.
Maybe you just used to have a cesspool that then became like...
There's a well on the side of our house.
That could have been...
I don't know where...
Maybe the well used to be a cesspool.
I don't know.
Cesspools are like before they had plumbing where it would just all collect.
Yeah.
Gross. But yeah, that's probably what it is. There's nowhere else for the air to escape.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I went to the basement and followed the pipe. I don't know where it goes.
Maybe you should just like puncture it somewhere. Put your own vent in.
No.
Just somewhere along the line.
Oh, that's right. Here he sent me info. Here we go. Pronounced Piasa. The Piasa bird.
I feel like there should be a W in there.
I know, right?
I would get it if there's a W.
Yeah. Piasa. The Piasa bird is a local legend in the Alton area. What the hell's Alton? Mississippi River. Its findings go back to 1673 when Father Jacques Marquette, in recording his famous journey down the Mississippi River.
His name might as well be Reverend French. Jacques Marquet.
Oh, well, wait. He was with Louise Juliet.
Oh, God. What the heck? Those two definitely kissed each other on the mouth on that trip, too.
So just a trail of like wine glasses and cigarettes.
Yeah, everywhere.
Describe the, I gotta look it up again, Piasaw as a bird-like monster painted high on the bluffs along the Mississippi River where the city of Alton, Illinois now stands. According to the diary, the Piasaw was as large as a calf, with horns like a deer, red eyes, a beard like a tiger's, a face like a man, and the body covered with green, red, and black scales, with a tail so long it passed around the body, over the head, and between the legs.
That's not a very big cryptid, though. Like, when you showed me the picture of that thing, I imagine it being, like, dragon-sized.
Yeah.
And to hear it's the size of a cow, I'm not that overwhelmed.
Yeah. See,
like, it's crazy, but that's not nuts.
See, even my drawing, I went more epic than it is. But then when you see these pictures of it, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's kind of small and cute.
So I don't know. But then you got, like, this. That's a really size picture. You have versions like this.
Yeah.
But see, my thinking behind this drawing is this is the source material. Yeah. I gotta stay true to the source material.
Yeah. Maybe you just put something in there for scale.
Or
to like get how big
was
it is.
Now this is like, was this something that somebody even saw?
Yeah.
Or was this just somebody I just decided to paint a weird thing?
Yeah.
Also 1673, that's going back.
It's a long time ago.
This is old. It was restored. I read into it that they actually raised money to restore it and have it repainted.
Well, that's really cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you just like make it like fenced in or something. So you get like an idea of perspective. Like draw like a Toyota Corolla next to it. So you
just one of those like silhouettes of a man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they did in the old Pokemon games. Like how big is this Pokemon compared to your trainer?
Yeah, some of those were really like jarring.
Alarming? Yeah.
You'd see them as like, whoa, that's a lot bigger than I thought.
And especially didn't like correspond with like what the cartoon showed as well.
Yes.
Like to see that some were supposed to, like one I remember is I think Wailpert was like so big you could almost not see your guy, but then like in the show you can like fight with them in a stadium. And it's just like, well, that's not true.
But to go back to
that would be a cool Pokemon.
That's a involved Pokemon.
It would definitely be a legendary.
Yeah. He has a Chinese feel to it, right?
Yeah,
he has like an Asian. This version has a lot more of an Asian feel to it. I like that version, but I think that's a little farther from what
the rest are.
Because all the other ones that he sent me are
pretty similar.
This one looks like it's a children's book. See, now this one, he's eating a person.
Yeah.
That is not the size of a calf.
Mm-mm.
That's dragon size.
Well, it could be. It could be the size of a calf, man. We don't know how big the guy is.
He has a person in his hand.
Yeah, but we don't know how big the guy is.
It could be a kid.
Yeah.
I could see a cow eating a kid.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
A cow could pick a kid up by hand. If cows had hands.
Anywho, back to Twitter and
and the upNup podcast.
Welcome to the upNup podcast. I did it right there that time.
You did.
I like that.
That is good.
I was practicing. I practiced because I was like, how does he do it?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you have to get the 2 out of the way.
Yeah.
That's what it really was. I kept way too much like support on the word 2 there.
Yep. You definitely
got to just get out of here too.
The upNup podcast.
I like it. So good. Now we got a flow. Anywho, back on with the Twitter. Oh man. Okay, he's circling. Back with the Twitter, I decided what I want to do, and really, I'm gonna push heavy on the Disco Elysium because I just really love that game. There's a cryptozoologist in the game that you talk to and have a whole big story about.
Right.
And the whole time you think it's just this absolute nothing.
Yeah.
And then at one point, you learn all about this specific one that they're hunting, and you try to hunt it with them.
Oh.
I want to draw that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw the phasmid is what it's called.
Nice.
So excited. That's what I'm gonna draw.
That's gonna be really
and I'm gonna
cool.
do it I'm gonna do it so much better than just the standard ink drawings. I'm gonna do it in pencil, high rendered.
Yeah.
Really have fun with it.
I think that's definitely something that'll get like retweeted by them too. Then
is that wrong?
No.
I feel like I normally do not do that.
No, it's definitely not wrong, and
I feel like it's a cash grab, but
No,
I feel it's something that's not being done.
Yeah,
I could go and draw Samus Aran
for sure,
and
absolutely.
make buck.
Yeah,
I don't want to,
especially if if it was Zero Suit Samus
with my way.
It
would be she would be infested, like with I don't know. Is there? I never played 3.
Yeah,
I played 1 and 2. I could play like a dark version of her.
Yeah, Dark Samus.
Because that's my wheelhouse. I have to do the dark.
For sure. But no, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's something that like is kind of important actually to making your podcast grow, is like trying to reach out and like do things. Like a big thing for Buddha Boys before they died was we went to that Camp Anarchy. And that was like when I was telling you about how like sometimes cold contact just works. It was just like, whoa, look at this festival lineup. It's all these punk bands we both love. I'm just going to send an email and try to get a press pass. And
Bam.
I did. We did like a special episode of the podcast where we covered like who was going to be there and just like linked it. Here you go. This is what we do. And we got passes. And like we were able to schedule some interviews. Only a couple of bands actually followed through because, I mean, musicians are flaky, but like it was still like we got into the festival.
Who did you get to interview? I know because Offspring was there.
Yeah, we got to interview the bassist from Strung Out, Chris, Chris Aiken is an awesome dude, one of the coolest people I've ever met on the planet. Really like trusted us, like literally he walked out from backstage. So Strung Out was one of the bands that we set something up with, but then like day of, it was hard to like get contact of them because they were under the impression that since we had press passes we could just go backstage, and security was like, nope, someone's got to come get you even though you have press. So we were like trying to correspond with them all day and really couldn't, like we weren't getting anything back. And then we just saw him like leave to get food and when he was walking back we stopped him and he was like, oh yeah, come on. So like he walks us back and we find like this dining tent where they're like cleaning up for the night, and he's like, we'll just sit here and we'll record. So we sit there and we recorded for like an hour and a half with him, and then he's like, all right, Offspring's about to go on, you guys want to go watch from backstage? And I was like, yeah, absolutely we do.
Yes.
So like we stood back there with just like
that's one of my favorites.
Everybody from the band Fear, everybody from the punk band X, everybody from like The Damned, and just watched the Offspring like play. Everybody from Strung Out was there, and we just watched the Offspring, do their full set from backstage, which surprisingly enough is one of the worst ways to watch a concert.
Oh my god, yeah.
You can hear the drums and that's it.
Yeah. It's terrible.
You can't hear anything else.
It's terrible.
But it was cool to see the audience. Like it was really cool to watch the audience reacting to the music, and like
that you couldn't hear.
And like like I knew the Offspring enough that I knew like what song they were playing and what part of the song they were at and stuff like that. Really crazy experience. But like that was just a cold contact of me just sending an email and being like, hey, can we do this?
That's cool.
And eventually
I want to go to a
like,
gaming
yes.
conference. Get me into gaming stuff, Chris.
Because
I do not have the ability to just cold. That to me is just.
I will.
No, but I want to go to something. Let's go to PAX and get coronavirus.
We can try next year. PAX, because PAX is happening right now, but Next year.
Well, we could just show up, right?
Yeah.
Just like
year,
Offspring. Be like, hey, Gabe, come here.
Yeah. Next spring or next winter, I'll come out. I'll contact PAX about press passes and see if we can't get in.
Do you like my Penny Arcade?
Where?
Right there. Above the lamp there.
Oh.
It's not Penny Arcade, but it's the guys that did it. It's signed.
That's awesome. I can only see the signature.
Okay.
I'll have to get up and look at it later.
Yeah.
I used to love. They had Upon the Rain-Slicked Precipice of Doom.
Yes.
Such a good game. I wish I could still play it on.
Oh
mobile.
yeah, 1 and 2. I think
they were so good.
I know.
They're not on mobile anymore, and I don't know why.
Oh really? They're on Steam.
Yeah, I know. Everything's on fucking Steam.
Why don't you have a computer?
Because
that's sad.
Have debt.
I know, but you buy other stuff just like $300. I could build you a gaming computer. Like all you have to do is just hook it up to a monitor.
Yeah, that's true. I just need a monitor.
Got tons of those. I can just give you one.
Yeah, I bet you do. So I was playing this weird game the other day. I wish I could remember what it's called. I want to hold on. I'm gonna get my phone out. It's a PETA game.
What?
Yeah, PETA made a free game on the Nintendo.
Oh, you
Switch.
mean like PETA?
Yeah,
like the
not the bread.
The animal people.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is.
But they're so crazy.
They are bananas.
Like
but,
I would never want to like hurt an animal, but
yeah.
Man, when they talk, I'm
Kitten
just
Squad.
like.
It's called Kitten Squad. It's a dual thumbstick shooter.
Wow.
It is weird. So like
wow.
Every mission, it starts with like them setting up this very sad story. Like so like the first mission in the game is about.
Why would you talk about the pet game when I'm like I just had this horrible pet thing?
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
I hate you.
I completely forgot about that. I'm so sorry. I just played this game earlier this week and I'm like, oh, Ty's gonna love to hear about this.
Yeah, I
terrible
love it.
PETA
I
game.
love hearing about these adorable pets.
All I'll say, I won't ruin anything about the game. That I won't talk about the story.
Please ruin it. I will never play it. What?
I'll wait until you're in a more
Spoiler
positive.
alert for Kitten fucking
I'll just wait until until you're in a better pet mood.
No, I will never be in a better pet mood.
But anyway, you just play as this really cute kitten that's like a Rambo kitten, and you shoot these different robots.
I'm going to end you
to save animals.
Great.
But like in your main like town, there's a crow who just gives you really sad animal facts. That's
I like
cool.
this crow.
Yeah. And then there's a deer that like sells you outfit stuff, and there's a pirate pug who gives you your side quests, and it's a really weird decision from PETA to like choose a pug, an animal who's been specifically like inbred historically to be.
I don't want to get into
like
I can't stand pugs.
Really effed up.
I can't. Can I have an opinion about pugs on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to appreciate it because they love pugs, but
why?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, I don't want an animal that like can sneeze and his eyeball pops out of his head. I'm like, oh, this is a problem I got to deal with now. He's just got a dangling eyeball. I just
don't get it. Like, why do you want something like that that's just so sad and dependent?
Yeah, could never survive on its own. Like
they can't breathe right.
They can suffocate themselves by accident.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, none of it's good. I don't understand it.
I don't want to talk about pets right now, Chris.
Sorry, Ty. I didn't mean...
Actually...
I completely forgot.
I want to talk about pets right now, Chris.
Okay.
Can I go off on a rant?
Sure. It's what it's for.
Oh, man.
You can rant about whatever you want. This is your podcast, too.
I have been trying to get a dog.
Yeah.
For months. Months.
Yeah.
And it has been a difficult journey. Because first off, I got hurt, so then there was like that uncertainty.
Right.
There was trying to figure out what kind of dog we want. Now there is a caveat with this whole dog thing.
Okay.
My wife, Christy, we all know her.
Yeah.
We've got her to bring. We got her brought her up again on the podcast. She was brutally bitten by a dog when she was a child. she had her ear ripped off
Mm-hmm.
and her cheek ripped off and like her eye. So, and it was a family dog.
Mm-hmm.
Just all of a sudden, nowhere.
Snapped.
Had it for years. All
Chris
of a sudden,
Benoit.
just reptilian brain kicked in and just took a bite out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Rushed to the hospital, put her face back on,
Well, that's good.
put leeches on her.
Uh-huh.
Medical leeches, they still exist.
You have to clean her blood and stuff.
No, to get the blood
Promote blood
circulating
flow.
into her ear
Into
and stuff.
Yeah.
She lost part of her ear. Not
Hmm.
much. She has a little bit of a scar. You can't tell. But no big dogs,
Okay, makes sense.
obviously. She's other than that, surprisingly, considering she went through that,
Mm-hmm.
still even wants a dog.
Yeah.
So no big dogs. I think like 40 pounds, kind of the max.
See, I'm the opposite. I had a traumatic event with a small dog when I was young, and now I just do
I
not.
want to know, what was this?
Just a neighborhood Pomeranian. One day, my dad and I were walking to get dinner, and the Pomeranian that was in the neighborhood got out of its yard, and it bit my leg. I was like 8 years old. It bit my leg right at the back of the knee. I have a scar across the back of my knee from it now, and it literally, like the lid of a can of sardines, peeled the skin and from the back of my knee all the way down to about a third of the way up my calf. It's the only time I've ever fainted from pain. Like I blacked out. I woke up at home. My dad had taken me to the hospital. I had this like mesh thing on my leg to like hold the skin in place so it would like reattach. They didn't have to put medical leeches on it or anything, but it was just like this mesh that I had to keep on my leg for 2 weeks so that the skin would like refuse. And like, so I'm the opposite. I'm like, no small dogs. A big dog's too big.
Well, I don't want a small dog at all.
Yeah. Medium sized. You want a nice medium sized dog. You know, that I think that's one of the reasons too why I like cats so much more. I like dogs, don't get me wrong. But I've been bitten by a cat. I've never had a cat peel the skin off of my leg. And also too, you're right, they're way lower maintenance.
Yeah. They're
Like-
super easier. But other than that, it's really not. We wrote down a list of things we don't want. Like,
Right.
We don't like a solid colored dog. I know.
You
Jeez.
That's
just shut up. That was one of them. We don't want. Oh no, it gets. That was the easy one. Wait, so you're buckle in.
I was gonna say, did you at least have like moral convictions about the dog, or like, are you still
dog
gonna
has to dog has to have brown nose or a black nose?
Are you
Can't have white in the nose.
So it's got to have. Can it be?
It can't have. It has to have a solid colored nose.
So a solid color nose, but not a solid color body.
Yes.
But I'm saying so let's say you find a dog that's a multicolored body, but it's got a solid color nose, but it's got like clipped ears and tail. Do you adopt that dog?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was just.
No, it's not like it. Those are the two that.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Like, are there moral reasons besides just taste? Like,
oh no, taste.
Oh, okay.
Because
like I would never adopt a dog. Like I would never adopt a breed, like a purebred, like pit bull or something, where they like clip the ears. Like if I'm gonna get a pit bull, I want one with ears not clipped. I want it to have a tail.
Sometimes there's
Rottweiler, same deal.
Well, Sonny.
Yeah.
They clip those tails.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I know. I don't
mean.
understand why they do it, but apparently with that breed they do.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
Actually,
I love tails.
Sheep
tails
dogs.
Are cool.
So, from my understanding,
people should have tails.
at least in Ireland,
kind of tail
like
what
Irish
kind of
sheep
tail would you
dogs. What kind of tail? I would want a prehensile. I want a monkey tail.
Like a monkey tail.
Yeah, I just want to, and not to like do cool stuff with, just to have like an extra hand. Like there's so many times where like I'm in the kitchen or like I'm doing something, and it would just be nice to have a third.
It'd be
like,
so badass.
Like I would love to be able to do dishes like with these hands, and then like hand a plate back to my tail, and have my tail put the plate away. You know what I mean?
Like a jar of jelly is falling off the
Yeah,
counter,
whoop,
and you quick
grabs
catch it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I want. I don't want like
not
like
as
dog...
cool as like a wolf tail, like a
No.
but
I want like
definitely you're thinking long game.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If prehensile isn't a choice, I want a tail like a cat. I want it to be more fluid.
Okay.
I don't want it like dog tails can sometimes be like too
Yeah.
thick and stiff.
Imagine going to the bathroom with our like toilets.
Yeah.
You would be able to do it.
You would have to lean forward.
Yeah.
You would have to like lean pretty far forward and
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Yeah.
So go keep going about your dog.
Okay. What else?
Can't be a solid color except for its nose must be a solid color.
I don't want it to bark.
Like ever.
It could bark. It could, it has. I want it. It could have the ability to.
You just don't want to bark.
I cannot stand dogs. I don't understand people that just let their dog bark.
Yeah.
For a decade.
I don't want.
We have a special guest.
I don't want. I get dogs barking is annoying, but dogs howling is like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
If I could find a dog that never barks but just howls all the time,
that's a hound.
That's amazing. I love when dogs howl.
Hounds.
Yeah.
Hounds and beagles.
Carrie used to have a dog, Willow, that you could make howl just by pretending to howl. And as soon as you would start to pretend to howl, she'd howl, and it was I would laugh uncontrollably. It's my favorite thing.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. We have the list somewhere. There's a list of things.
Can't bark.
No pit bulls. Absolutely no pit bulls.
Yeah, you just don't trust them.
No.
You go full Judge Judy on them.
I just
got stories taped out on your desk about the bad things pit bulls have done.
My wife went through a dog attack. So she doesn't trust any dog.
Yeah.
She's not going to trust a dog that's mouth is bigger than her head.
So it's got to be puntable. It's a dog.
I don't think puntable.
It's a dog you can kick if you have to.
You could kick it, but it wouldn't go. What are we talking about? Welcome back to the podcast. This is where we're cutting all this stuff out, right? This are all the edits.
Yeah. Nope. This is all said. This is important to know.
This is commercial guests.
It's important to know, Todd, that your wife wants to be able to kick a dog.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope she tunes in on that timestamp.
It's actually her long-term revenge for what happened to her.
Oh my god. Anywho, so all right, let's get back into the actual story. So what happened is we've done this twice. We went to a dog. They said, "You'll love this dog, cute little sweet thing, awesome, laid back." That's another one. We don't want a high energy dog,
right?
Because we have a high energy dog already. Yeah. His name's Fletcher.
Yeah.
We don't need two.
But you don't think the dog's gonna like meet him on his level?
I have a feeling
like it's a low energy dog and it's
Fletcher's going to level out, and then we're going to be stuck with a high energy dog.
Okay.
So I kind of want the dog to quiet Fletcher down a little bit. That's what we're hoping. I don't know if it's going to work. I think Fletcher might just step on it.
See, I could see more of the dog being low energy at its current place. And then it comes here and meets him and is like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." And then it's just crazy.
That could be. So we did one. We get to the we get to the place. It was like we meet at PetSmart. She brings like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
She's like, "Are you the Dirks?" They're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, just whatever I told you about that dog, just throw that out the window. This dog has instigated every other dog in this store to start barking."
Nice.
And it's like, "Oh yeah, no." So we looked at it, and it's just running around barking at every dog.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Nope, we're good on that one." And it wasn't as cute as we wanted it. I thought it was going to be. I don't like the brillo-y fur. I like the nice coat.
Yeah, you don't want like what is
like a
coarse?
Yeah,
like a coarse haired.
Yeah. So today, it would have been today. We were gonna go pick up a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, little puppy. I'm home for the next at least 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been perfect. Would have been able to train it. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They called us yesterday. It's sick. It has this, I forget what it's called. It's some virus that dogs can get It's very dangerous. It's very lethal. It's
Kennel cough?
Man, no. Maybe that's what they nickname it.
Okay.
A lot of diarrhea and throwing up.
Oh, okay.
They don't keep anything down. Very contagious. They have to quarantine them for like weeks. It may just die, which is unfortunate. It's a very cute little dog. Any dog dying would be sad. Yeah. So we're stuck. We were super excited. Now it's not happening. So, bummer.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it up with your stupid pet game.
Sorry, I completely forgot. And I
did forget.
And I wasn't planning on when I was playing this dumb cat game.
I'm gonna bring up Ty's game, make him have an existential crisis on the podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was just like, man, I really got to tell Ty about this terrible video game I played. I didn't know it would trigger you, you snowflake.
Wow. Okay, boomer.
I feel like that's just got to be the way you get through it, right? It's like removing a Band-Aid. I just got to be mean to you until you feel better about it. I'm sure the dog will be okay and it'll be happily part of your home.
Yeah, but now it's 5 weeks down the road. I might be back at work. A puppy might not be a good choice then.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Just hurt your back again.
It still hurts. I can't. I'm laying on the floor doing this podcast.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I know. This is weird.
You can hear it too in the audio. You can tell you're laying down.
You can tell that I'm laying on the
It's
floor?
a different sound. Your voice sounds differently when you're laying down. It's a universal truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's just
we should talk about video games.
Yeah,
on this podcast,
we're 35 minutes in.
I
tried and you shut me down.
Welcome to I can't do it.
Welcome to I'm going to just put the music in again right here. But just a clip of it, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
The upNup podcast. I'll speed it up.
There you go.
It'll be at 4 times speed.
No, I think it should just start then fade back out.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So, besides that sad kitten game.
Oh God.
You know that PETA made a whole bunch of games. I went through and looked, and there's a bunch of Flash games they used to make.
Okay.
And
I see what you're doing here.
No, I'm just really trying to shoehorn all my topics
are
in.
Fun.
Last night I tried telling Ty that I wanted to talk about the death of Flash, and he was just like, "What? The Flash died?" And would not acknowledge that I was talking about Flash player and not Flash the superhero. I was like, "All right, I guess we're not talking about that."
I would give you the benefit of the doubt.
I was like, "Okay, I guess we're not talking about that." No, but I was looking. I didn't know they made video games, and the game sucks, but it's kind of impressively made for it being by an animal rights company.
They got money.
Who's giving them money in
don't
2020? Know. PETA, especially when stats are coming out PETA is worse for more is responsible for more animal deaths than the SPCA or any other
What did they do? They did Did they release? Oh, they released a bunch of lobsters into the salt water when they were freshwater lobsters. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that them? And they
also they were the rabbits one too. They got a bunch of medical rabbits released and then released them into the wild, and they all died immediately.
Oh.
Because they only ever lived in captivity. They were raised to work in labs.
Yeah. Oh,
it sucks.
Just come at me, bro.
Whatever.
I can use the likes.
I love animals, but come on, PETA. There's better ways to do it.
I'll get the likes however I can.
That's true.
How much is a like worth?
It depends, honestly. It's a person-to-person value.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I see that.
Some people, they're worthless.
Playing? Oh, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding
uses likes as the currency. I think.
And apparently you can get likes from beached things, too. The BTs or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They can like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so weird.
Yeah. I really should finish that game and figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. That's definitely, I've committed that this summer. That's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna play the heck.
I kept
out
telling
of that
myself
game.
if I ever had some free time and I was like, laid up sometime, I would finish that game. Here I am, 6 weeks in, still haven't beat that game.
But you did beat Disco Elysium.
I
at least.
beat Disco Elysium, and I think I want to say I'm probably a better person for it.
Yeah. So, besides beating Disco Elysium, is there anything you've played this last week? Last week was I didn't get to play like any video games last week.
Dare you?
Besides
We
that
run a
game.
podcast.
I understand. But like
a very important podcast.
We recorded Monday. I edited on Tuesday, and I worked both of my jobs Wednesday and Thursday.
I wish you could put more time into this podcast.
All right. Now, come on. This is just us hurting each other. Last night I had to go for dinner with my mom. Didn't get to play any video games then. Today we had to come here. Didn't get to play any video games today.
Oh my God. You can play some video games. You don't have to watch my kid.
Oh, yeah, like Kara's going to let that happen.
I know.
And then
tomorrow
I'll play some video games.
Tomorrow you'll play some video games.
Yeah. But
I played some video games.
I played Kitten Squad, and that was it.
Enough with the goddamn
Listen,
Kitten Squad.
It's not my fault you won't let me talk about it.
Oh, man. We're the only people talking about Kitten Squad, though. You got to admit, if there's some Kitten Squad followers.
It's funny. This was also on a podcast 2 weeks ago.
Damn it.
Different gaming podcast.
This isn't even original.
Called How Did This Get Played? Free plug. It's really good. It's the one guy from Doughboys and then Heather Ann Campbell, who's like a video game writer.
Just get me on.
They play terrible video games.
I played terrible video games.
Me too.
It was
and
my childhood.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to play them anymore.
No, I just want to play the good stuff. Just tell me what the good stuff is. So, what have you played this week besides beating Disco Elysium?
I've been looking for a palate cleanse game. So I've been.
Yeah.
I went 2 ways. I went with just give me something that I could just mess around with.
Yeah.
So I jumped on Dreams.
Yeah.
Which is a thing.
How are you feeling about it? Is it cool? Is it fun to do?
I start making stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the controls to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I really want to try the move, the magic wand vibrator things. I want to try those and see how that is. I want to see how virtual reality is. It's not in the game. I thought it was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It will eventually be.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's going to be interesting. Because moving the camera and moving the tool is garbage. I just can't. I might have to tweak the settings more, but moving in and out seems to be the hard part. You have to use the controller, which I'm really shocked works just plugged in to my computer because I'm playing it through remote play, which is fantastic. PlayStation's downstairs in my basement. I can't go downstairs. My back hurts. I just plug in a controller and I beam it right up to my computer. Is amazing.
Yeah,
technology's
pretty
great.
awesome. It is.
It's great. So I start playing around and I'm making some interesting things. I made like a cool eyeball, like coming out of like a weird vine thing. And I started trying to paint it and I was like, I can't get this right. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I think I could get it right if I tried again. I learned a lot of tutorials, tons of tutorials, and they make it fun. You level up, and then when you finish that tutorial, you gain those items as like stamps, and you have your own little home world, which I am completely all I'm going to do now is just make the most horrific world I can think of.
Yeah.
Because other people could visit.
A real
and
body
I just want
horror
some
nightmare.
random person just visit and it just looks like a murder scene. And I don't just go really into it.
Yeah.
Just skulls and pentagrams. And
everywhere.
Just really go hard. And just
reignite the satanic panic.
Yeah. And just make it, but just make it fun. Just make it fun. Have like a kitchen with just everything on fire. I mean, just really have fun with it. Bodies everywhere. But it seems at this point like what they made, just get kids on a computer and have them actually make something.
Yeah.
It's like you should have made this a computer game with the mouse. mouse and keyboard. I can use my keyboard. I don't know if I can use a mouse.
I think on PlayStation you can use mouse.
But I don't think you could. I don't think it would work with this how they set it up. Like everything is 3-dimensional. Like the only two schemes I see is controller and waggle sticks.
That's weird.
But keyboard does work when it's plugged in. You can type and stuff, would make it a lot easier. I get frustrated with it, but then all of a sudden I'll play a level and get really impressed with it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is impressive.
It seems like it would be I feel like that's probably a frequent issue with it.
Yeah.
Like after watching some people and like making stuff in it, it feels like it's there's no gray area. There's no time where you're like, this is fine. You're either like, this is the worst, most obtuse thing ever.
Yeah.
Or this is the best, coolest thing ever. But there's no like, it's fine.
I think the problem is there's some parts of the game that are a lot more refined than others.
Okay.
Like drawing objects and landscaping, making worlds, that's really, really top notch. That's fun. That's really cool. Characters, though.
Yeah.
They just need... it seems lacking.
They
only have one, at least from what I understand so far, you could build just basically one main kind of skeleton and build off that. I don't know. It might be a lot more, but that's what I've been seeing a lot.
Yeah. They
all handle the same way. They don't feel right. They don't feel good controlling. And I think that's really... I think if they could make that... Because I was playing a game yesterday that I was about to dismiss it. This was like, is this all I'm doing? And then I got one power up, and I was all of a sudden was able to like dash. I was like, oh, this is a fun dash. It's fun dashing.
Yeah.
I was like, do I get another ability if I get a second thing? And then I got like a levitate. And then I was dashing and levitating.
Yeah.
And then the next one I got an ability to go up and down like with the levitate. And then I started like, so you're basically flying and dashing. And then I was like, this is fun to move around. Like, that's what this needs to be. That's where it wouldn't matter aesthetically how it looks.
Right.
They need to make fun games.
Okay.
So I don't think if you want to make a game in this, don't go crazy with visuals. Make it fun. You could make it look better once it's fun.
Right.
But I think it would be a lot easier to hit just a fun mechanic and then build
figure
off
out the
that.
mechanic first.
Yeah. Find a fun mechanic. That seems to be what the best way I think to like make something out of that game, because you really have the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
But I think the mechanics are like visually you can make whatever you want. You could make what I've seen photorealistic stuff people are making now. It's insane. And the only gameplay is just the camera that goes around their sculpture.
Right.
You can get that, but what do you do with it?
Yeah.
You can't. That's so hard to animate that and move it.
Yeah.
So, find the mechanic and then build off the mechanic. I think that's really if I'm going to make a game, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to that level, but I think that's what I would do. But there is some fun stuff. I've seen some aesthetically crazy looking things.
And do you feel like you can like match your personal aesthetic artistically in the game? Like, can you make things that look uniquely you, things that look like you made them? Because you have your very own. Yeah,
I'm very high
style.
detailed.
Right.
A lot of layers. I like to really like get into a thing. Yeah, I think I could. You really could. I just don't know how long it would take.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that, sir? Can you say that into the microphone?
I gotta go potty.
All right, we can pause here.
What are we
for a
doing?
minute.
What are you doing in the studio?
All right, come on. We got to finish up, bud. Come on.
Finish up. Yeah,
go on, get.
With Aunt Kara.
Go on, get. Sorry about that. A little person had to use the bathroom. That's all.
Yep.
All right. So where were we? Oh, dreams.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to sink 500
No,
hours in to
I'm
make
not.
a game?
I'm not. 100% not. I'm excited to play some things though. It's a game that I initially when I got it, 40 minutes in, I was like, this was a mistake. Should have bought this game. But now that I've played a few levels, I'm thinking I can come back in here and play a ton of stuff whenever I feel like.
Ultimately, I think the best thing would be for you to like partner with somebody who can who is
Yeah.
motivated to do the game.
That's the interesting part is
You-
that anything you create, your name stays with that, no matter
Right.
where it ends up. If somebody uses it to add to their thing, and then they create a thing that goes onto another game, and then that goes into another part of a game, if you click on it, eventually your name is still attached to that thing.
That's pretty cool.
So, making a character or a world or something seems interesting, and that's all you would have to do. If you just wanted to do that, you could do that.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool that it it's kind of bittersweet because it's cool that it could be it's always attached back to you.
Yeah.
But it's also unfortunate because if there's any ever legal repercussions, it could also come back to you, which is concerning. But I don't think unless they start selling stuff in the game. Fletcher, come on, bud.
hey, where's my sister that's supposed to be watching him?
Yeah,
Hey,
finally.
How about you do your job? What
Um,
am I paying you? What am I not paying you for?
But no, it's just I don't think as long as you're not selling products on the game, I don't think there will ever be an issue. But it's still a
what
situation
if
where it's
you made something that became so popular that could you sell merchandise for that thing?
probably because you have the rights to it, right? So your
Do you?
name's attached to it.
Your
What
name's
other-
attached to
What
it.
what other reason would it be?
Could anyone make?
I feel like
but
it's
could anyone make? What if you made something in Dreams and that became a meme? Do you own the right to that meme?
probably. I mean, it's the same way this podcast, right? We own the rights to this podcast. If someone else takes
But it's
our
all
logo,
hosted on. But we're not all hosted in one. We could go host ourselves on a different
yeah,
hosting site. You can't take something out of Dreams and put it in a different.
you can't export things from there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, it's just Dreams.
yeah. So it's probably you and
Everything
Dreams.
is free because nobody's making money off it.
And they also are providing you the tools, so they probably have some rights to it as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's probably like that Jackbox game where you can make the T-shirt, and then if you buy the T-shirt, it has Jackbox tagged
You
on
could
it.
buy that T-shirt?
Mhm.
Really?
We did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in one of the games we played. I can't remember what I think it was I can't remember what the shirt was, but it was really funny. And then at the end, it was buy this shirt, and I was like, okay. And it was $11, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this shirt that I made. That's $11.
Wow.
That's super fun. It was funny. It was it was someone. I want to say it was somebody standing up peeing, and then it said the future is female.
Wow.
I drew a guy peeing, and then underneath it says the future is female. I want to say that's what it was.
Oh, it was the you don't get to see what you're drawing it for or something like that.
Yeah. I drew the guy peeing, and then somebody else made the caption or vice versa. But I was like, yeah, that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's Dreams. I think there'll be more.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a fun game to go back and check out every once in a while.
Right, just to see what other people
Yeah.
have done with it and what other people are making it and stuff.
Yeah. But the other game I've been playing is something I've been wanting to get on Switch because it came out on Switch. I didn't realize it was going to be this much money, and since I'm kind of on a fixed income, I'm kind of beat with buying games. So I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it pop up on Xbox Games Pass for free.
Nice.
So I was like, well, awesome. 2 Points Hospital.
Okay.
Basically the spiritual successor to Theme Hospital. For anyone who remembers those sim games back in the day. It wasn't back. Was it Bullfrog?
Yeah.
Bullfrog did Theme Hospital?
I think so. They did a lot of the different.
Yeah.
Because actually, one of my favorite sim games, which was called Sim Coaster, it was
Okay.
like a knockoff, more cartoony, fun version of Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I played a knockoff of probably that game, Theme Park,
Oh, okay.
which was definitely Bullfrog.
Yeah.
That one I loved. I
Yeah.
played that on the Atari Jaguar. That's what I had it on.
Wow.
But the 2 Point Theme Hospital, I'm only 4 hours into it. It's fun. It's fun. It's got everything it needs to be a fun, classic, bright, energetic. They do a lot of fun little takes on it. They do a lot of PA announcements.
Yeah.
Which are always funny.
Yeah.
Just little, like, every once in a while you're just, creating rooms and stuff, and somebody comes on the PA that, something funny's happening, or they need a doctor, or, I can't find my pen.
Yeah.
It's just like a little quick one-liner.
Some nice little throwaway.
Yeah,
line.
it's something to take your, because you do kind of, it's one of those games where you're just clicking, your mind kind of gets shut off. They have like a DJ, like a radio announcer,
Nice.
so when the music's playing, it'll actually
cut in.
cut
say
in.
stuff.
He's
That's
a little
cool.
like, I want to say he's like kind of like a he's like, he seems like a morning host or something that's a little
Yeah.
depressed,
Fits the hospital aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah.
I miss sim games. I wanna, like, you talking about this last night when we were texting and stuff, and me looking into it. I want to find one to like get into again, because I used to love just like pouring hours into something.
That's what I was looking for. I don't know if this will be it. It doesn't. I don't know how robust this is.
And I don't like the. I'm not a big fan of the like farming simulator.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the
trucking.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want the
don't
job.
Don't make it look
ones.
real. Don't make it too real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want like for our post. I use the image of Desert Bus, Penn and Teller's Desert Bus.
Yes.
I don't need to drive. I don't need to make the actual 10-hour drive.
Yeah.
From Los Angeles to Las Vegas or
Yeah.
whatever that was in that game. But like I would love to get into like a Sim City or something like that again, where you're like managing resources, building things up. I want to dive into The Sims 4 because it was free on PlayStation last month, and I downloaded it, so maybe I'll do that.
The Sims is always a game you could just jump in, play like 10 hours of it, and jump out. Make a house.
I wish they would bring back, so Sims 2 had couch co-op, and I wish it did.
Huh.
On like PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay.
You
See,
could,
I
like,
never played it on console.
You could
I
have
always
two
played it on-
controllers and sit down together and both like.
Oh, see, that would be fun.
It was amazing. I want them to bring that back because like Kara would love that.
Christy would,
and
love
it would
that.
be so fun
Christy
to like
would
for us to
love
sit
that.
down side by side and just live in a house
and build a house.
even though we already live in a house together. To like live in a house together on The Sims and like have people come over and
murder them.
Yeah.
Oh
Take the
my
ladder out
God,
of
we
the
would
swimming
murder
pool.
all the people.
Yeah, put them in the basement and then remove the stairs.
We would have a murder room. Christy
Yeah.
and I would have a murder room. It would just be like a pool with toasters.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I just want them like so badly just to do another like couch co-op sim game so we can just sit down and like enjoy ourselves.
Nice.
Turn our brains off. and live another
Couch
life.
co-op, like even like go into it more.
Yeah.
Have features that actually get brought out
Mhm.
because you're doing couch co-op.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like dual building.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
They Sims 2 had that. Like when you would
Oh, you could?
So what would happen is the screen was split, and then when you would go into build mode, it would remove the split screen, and then you would both just have cursors that you were moving around and controlling.
Man.
Yeah.
Spending both that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really amazing. And then like,
you
like
can build houses twice as fast.
Yeah, and like, oh no, I don't want that wall
arguments
there.
ensued.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Arguments
absolutely.
ensued.
Absolutely. But Sim, like, it's crazy how like the job Sims have like taken over for like the life Sims.
Yeah.
You know, like the True Blue, like Sim City, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Sim Coaster, that sort of thing. Those were like my jam. I want something like that. Like I love the those like bigger ones.
You know what I always have wanted? They've never made it, and I think they should. I want a nautical one.
Ooh, a nautical one would be really cool.
Where you really like. This is how the premise. It could be pirate if you want. It doesn't have to be. I feel like pirate would sweep it under the bus too much. I would say you start, the game starts, you're running off.
What'd you do?
Interrupt us?
Yeah, besides interrupting us, what did you guys do? So anyway.
Welcome back to the Up and Up.
So like
you're
a nautical.
Yeah, you're basically maybe running from the guards or something with two other guys.
Mhm.
You escaped prison. I like that.
Yeah.
Jump on like the nearest boat. It's just a little dinghy, enough for like a small crew. You commandeer it and you go out. And you're out in the seas. I want to start there. You have to get resources. You have to deal with your crew.
Yeah.
Mutinies, getting them healthy, quarantining of getting food, going to ports.
Similar. I guess it's more similar than maybe I'm thinking, but like I was thinking the simulator I want, there's cooking simulators. I don't want that. I want like kitchen manager simulator.
Oh, okay.
I want to have to like because I think it's
like restaurant simulator.
Right. And I think it's because like I don't
know if I've ever really heard of one of them.
Yeah,
that seems like
all the ones I look for are just like kitchen, like cooking. But like I want one where like you have to like buy your
you
have
can
to
do that in the Sims.
You have to buy the food, right? Like you buy from a supplier.
Yeah.
And then like you hire people and fire people and just manage
they
the
have their
kitchen
own
and wait
deal.
staff and
They call out.
Yeah,
and shit.
they all have small like personality quirks and stuff.
Oh,
like,
and you could do any kind of restaurant, like you could do like a Friendlies.
Yeah, like you determine what you want to be.
You start off as a Friendlies.
Yeah.
You work your way all the way up.
Well,
why haven't they done that?
Right? Doesn't that sound? I feel like it must happen because it must exist because it's such a good idea.
It's so
simple. And like you have like
and so many people.
You have the chef who's like really good, but he calls off all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have like the chef who's like not good but super reliable, and you're like, oh, which one do I hire?
Yeah.
And like just all of those like little minute details that come into play when you're like,
you could get the foodies would jump on that.
Like I said, I don't know if it's because of my history of like being in kitchens, but like the idea of that style of game,
I can't believe that.
I would play that game. That would be the only video game I play, I think. Like it would truly like it would be so time consuming and fun to me.
That seems like more interesting of a game than like a theme hospital, and they've done that several times.
Yeah, but literally just like you hire and fire your staff, And it would be cool too if it does have the aspect where like you have to like fill in, like if people call off, like a cook called off, now I have to go and cook besides managing
I have to get the busboy to cook.
Yeah, or like the host called off. Well, I guess I'm the host.
Yeah,
and like
then you can't do certain. You can't do your other things because you're hosting.
You have to choose what else is going to suffer and stuff.
People get upset at food.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you could have the best customers come in and just
and you
cause a scene.
And you determine how to like deal with the complaints and stuff too. Like staff comes back to you and is like, "Hey, this person said their food wasn't done," and it was like
you get
comp the meal.
Stuff.
Oh my god, it would be so much fucking fun.
Kids just break something.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be.
Well, you'd have to
And like I want everyone, like every staff member has their own like their own stat tree essentially. Like they have like
you really get
and,
attached
like,
to these these staff members.
Absolutely.
When you get a new restaurant, you bring some of them with you.
Oh yeah, like if you choose to start a new restaurant, you can like offer them to move to this other restaurant with you, and like they can say no if they want to. Like it would be such a fun game.
Yeah.
But when I was trying to look and see if it already exists, all that kept coming up was just cooking simulators, not actually like a restaurant manager simulator.
Huh.
We did get a listener submission. One Sip Reviews Official, which is a pretty popular Philadelphia-based Instagram where he reviews coffee all around Philadelphia.
Ooh.
It's very
I stopped
good.
drinking coffee.
It's very well made.
I'm getting into tea.
Oh, teas are great.
I'm gonna get into tea.
Teas are really good to get into.
Okay.
But he said he loves sim. He says huge fan of sim games. Banished is his favorite, which I'd never heard of.
Oh
So
yeah.
I got up a little early this morning and just watched a bunch of videos of Banished gameplays, and it looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's like sim. It's like it reminds me kind of like if SimCity and Warcraft was combined, but you didn't actually have like battle. You know what I mean? Like you set up like you set up the mines, you set up like harvesting trees and iron and stuff like that.
You're against the elements.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, a little Age of Empires
Mhm.
when in like aesthetically looking.
Yeah, and I get how that could be very satisfying to play.
Yeah. Sometimes the battles people that made people anxious.
Mhm.
You know,
Just
sometimes
waiting for it.
yeah.
Because that's like one of my favorite things about playing like Civ is like
You could win.
how infrequently you actually have to fight.
Yeah.
And like that's my goal when I play Civ is I have like armies, but my goal is to win like culturally
science
or
one,
scientifically, not by
I just want to
war.
own everything.
Yeah. Yeah, sim games are great though. I'm gonna definitely look into it more and see if a restaurant sim exists, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't, buy that idea from me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Us.
give me the game for free and we'll sell it to you.
Yes. Just make us a game.
Yeah.
And put our names on it.
Yeah.
And
From
we'll
the
let you have
minds.
that idea for free.
From the minds of upNup Podcast.
Oh yeah. I want
Restaurant
that.
sim.
That is my lifelong goal, to have my name in a video game.
Yeah,
Someday.
it'd be so cool. I wish I did anything worth getting my name in a video game.
I'm going to someday.
Yeah. The only way I could is that there's this terrible game on Steam that I want to buy on some point called Open Mic Night. And it is literally an open mic simulator.
I've seen that.
And it's bad. I've watched gameplay of it that is just like, oh, people just shout the N-word.
Yep.
But I want to play and actually do my material.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. I want to give that a shot. If
the avatar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Well,
All right.
I have a wedding to get to.
Yeah. Any plugs? Get those out of the way quick. Do them quick.
Plugs.
upNup on all social
you know
media.
what?
upNup Pod, I should say.
Yeah, the upNup Pod.
On all social
why
medias.
not promote us?
Rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends.
I think I might do it. We might. You know what? I might give a book out. We can do a book art with
all right.
giveaway.
We'll have to.
Because it's a year. It's been a year.
Oh, has it
anniversary,
really?
but the book came out a
Hell
year
yeah.
ago.
Well, then let's do some sort of promotional thing.
Give out a free book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Signed copy by the both of us.
Yeah.
God.
I did nothing for it, but yeah, I'll sign it. Yeah, upNup. Tell people about us. Rate, review, subscribe. It helps us get found. Tell your friends. And
I need Twitter followers.
Twitter followers.
I need Twitter followers.
Please follow me on
Please
Twitter.
follow me on Twitter.
But until next
I'm
time,
just screaming into the void.
keep up.
Up and away.
That I hate that one so much. Keep up is the best for social media. It
Keep
feels.
Chins
I
up.
really like the
I
chins.
like-
Chins up. I like that we each have our own sign off because every time you post, you do chins up uppers, and I always do.
Well, see, I feel
keep
like
up.
that. I feel like that's a teacher thing, and that worked good for you.
Chins up uppers.
Isn't that like a heads up?
Heads up
Chins
7
up?
up. Heads up 7 up is a game.
Heads up. 7
But chins up uppers feels a little pessimistic.
I like
Like, keep your chin
that's
up.
so much me.
Keep your chin up.
That's so much
That is
me.
that fits you
All
pretty
right,
well.
chins up, chin up, uppers,
And keep up. Chin up and keep up.
chin up, and keep up. Can we do it?
We
Should
found
we
it.
do like do I do chin up and then you do keep up?
Yeah.
Can we do that.
Let's
Chin
do it.
up.
And keep up.
We do the thing. All right. Boom clap. All right. And stop.